Okay, another week, and I'm back here again. Okay, apparently I got I gotta turn on the sound. Apparently I got like 10 days to solve this murder, and most people say you can at the earliest you can solve it in 5. So I'm on day 4, so I'm making extraordinary progress. Okay, look, I need information from the drivers. So the racist is not giving me anything. So what was that guy's name? It was a dude. Renee. It wasn't Renee. It wasn't Andre. It's not Joyce. I might go do the cockatoo. Not Gaston. Not Lean. Not the church doors. Not the ice cream maker. I'm having a very difficult time like scrolling through this. Tommy! It was Tommy. Empathy. So I need to put another point into empathy at some. I'm already maxed out empathy. There's something I can talk to Joyce about, right? I should probably put away the crowbar. Hey!
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Of course.
The scabs at the gates. Did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to?
No. I mean, there's a particular guy who doesn't look like he belongs.
If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Mr. Clare told him to... fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator. Mr. Clare has worked with...
Sounds like usual aggressive posture.
They're a leaf every word.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
Workers can't... I have to admit.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags, a disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Ah, I remember that fellow.
This checks out.
Everard Clare is, of course not.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Sounds like you're about to take a rapier to him.
Oh, heavens no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
I remember hearing something about Edgar.
Have you seen him?
No.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrart does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. There's time.
What would you like to know? The boat? No. My sloop?
I'm enjoying this.
I really do, the lieutenant.
Good.
Alright. As my cats are fighting about something. Okay, so I had a train of thought. I immediately lost it. I might have something. Will you guys fuckers get away from... Oh, so I talked to Cindy.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material. You don't...
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
The question.
Besma time.
The nasty...
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck.
They usually occupy the burn.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are...
Alright. Yeah, you're not becoming a skull. If Cindy don't like you, then you're not becoming a skull. I don't think there's any way you're gonna... Okay. Maybe I can talk to him again. Hey! How you doing?
Everything's still cool here, officer.
That's even.
Only the coolest goods in Revachol.
Do you,
I've got
you have a
good
permit?
joke, officer.
You glance around the decrepit building.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Beautiful free.
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their
French
shop
fry!
whenever they feel like it.
My cat.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool.
Wait, what are we doing here if there are no permits?
If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we are here to protect the interests of property holders. I'm not, however.
My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the Gossamer state.
Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to the near absence of regulations.
Gossamer State, you're right. So this school protects me.
Yeah, cool ruins. I get to sell quality goods like these by cutting out the middlemen. You don't have to rebuild your house, live in a crater, or in a tree. Where can you do that? Only here.
You're pretty sure you can live in a tree elsewhere too.
Good joke, officer.
You glance around.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
It is, yeah.
That's right. Hyper cool. No need for.
But did he first mark them up 100?
My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things. I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distribute. Good joke of.
You glance around.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
It is, yeah.
That's right.
If you want it to be.
My man.
Gossamer is a fine film.
Yeah. Ravishons are cooler. The good joke.
I'm
glance-
trying to get
It's
through
beautiful.
everything
It is.
here.
That's right.
If you want it.
I'm trying to do every.
Gossamer is a fine.
Yeah. That's the main thing about you. Freedom is no need.
But did he?
My man. Good.
All right, I'm gonna try the
It's
other
beautiful.
version.
It is.
That's right.
If you want it to.
My
Try
Gossamer
every
is a
option.
fun-
Yeah.
All right.
That's anything for you. You mean the
No hassle. There's a little of a hassle here.
no problem here, officer?
Wait. Humanex. Humanitarian aid.
What?
A convincing performance.
Look, officer.
Interesting.
We'll need more if we're going to pin this one down, he thinks. It's for show, my liege. He knows you need more than this to bust this guy. Later, perhaps.
Later.
The speakers below are back. These once respectable a small heat emboss on the veneer.
No, don't look at the These, officer? These speakers are Samar.
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad. Well, but see, if on the other hand, you wanted to buy the
Damn. So you have to buy.
I have to buy the sneakers first. Maybe if I talk to the racist guy, the racist guy isn't gonna tell me anything.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to... Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions? It's about not the most popular topic nowadays. Suit yourself, officer. Oh, not much anymore. Apples.
Apples is exactly the
Look, as detective, we're on the same side.
Koiko may be another derogative.
Yep, it...
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to
He means the people.
Yeah, you know, cause that's... Hey, use the name and description. Apples.
Alright. Can I re-roll this guy's thing? Come here.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
I have no more points to put into empathy. Like, literally, there is nothing... I might have to fucking... And you are important. I don't know how you are important, but you're important. Where is she?
the woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hand. No response. Wherever, no response. An old monument. A silver, not a good track record. As you look up, something with great kinetic energy seems to have... Someone shot him in the heart.
Okay. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But why not? What this shows us is guns aren't...
The king stands high.
Alright, maybe... Maybe a flashlight?
An old monument.
Maybe...
An old
Nope.
monument.
Okay. I'll put in my bag then. Okay. I feel bad because I wanna...
Right to work! Right to work!
What's it to you? Am I a suspect?
Every once in a while, the man has turned his attention elsewhere. He shakes his fist slowly while observing you from the corner of his eye.
What's this?
Regular law official. You've done it, Harry. Whatever else you are, you're also boring now. It was not easy.
All Holy fuck. That was... Wow. That's that's all my learning caps. Damn, I wish I put more into like psyche. Is there anything else that will help me? Alright. You know what? Where am I? I feel like I'm locked away with this guy.
Looking for something, Hunt? Been in my...
You can just make out a familiar pattern in the
It sure is. You'll see when the time comes, officer.
Technically, you're stumped.
Huh. I know you people don't understand poetry.
You people, ugh.
Oh yeah, there be someone with a cart. Not at all. Hell no. Trusting street been in...
You can just...
It sure is. Custom made. Cost me a pretty... You'll see when the time comes.
Technically,
Huh. I know you... Oh yeah, they're a big deal. Sure fucking is. Goddamn right. Trusting street...
Alright. I guess... Oh, man. I'm getting nowhere with these drivers. Anything new with you?
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam. Oh, high-grade narcotic.
Time to arrest. Relax. He's merely joking.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occidents. Though we've been making... We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighbor.
Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo along.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou.
Yeah, it must be.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool.
Not unless they've illegalized... We're pals and all.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Alright. So, that's locked away forever. Unless I can bump up empathy. Alright, I need to get away. So was there a one I could do over here? I gotta start doing some of these white check marks. Because I feel like I'm running around in circles at this point. Alright, composure. There's one with Renee, and there's one with, not Andre. You know what? Let's go to the bookstore. I wanna do the cockatools again. Come on. I may as well solve it while I'm here. How you doing, kid?
Hello again, sir.
Yeah, you should be in school. Your mom is a nutcase. I don't approve of this. I wish I could see, you know. Oh, I can buy a lot more books now, too. Wait. Okay.
Shelves full of biographies of browsing through all the suddenly high-speed love next to
I really must.
she understands she is
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Where was the cockatoo one?
a sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover. Slowly.
Oh, a nature.
Yes. I am a nature enthusiast.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest found on the This book talks about the delicate nature of twos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species. Where to even begin?
They're
All
needy.
cockatoos are known for their needy nature. Pet owners also report moodiness. It is not recommended
Having
to
cockatoos
get
like
cockatoo
a-
if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Perhaps, in the words of it must be glorious to behold. You're right. Ouch. That must hurt. Not great for the performing. Despite its banging name, the Bang Bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of. Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you? You're right. You're Psittacus venereus embodied. This ominous bird.
Can I not put any more? I can do visual calculus. I can do the stained glass window, the... Yay. Hooray. Okay. Is there anything else that was here? I wasn't able to steal the book. Sorry.
This bookstore is not strictly amidst these three things. The point of the book, various paranatural books.
Ah, alright. And then the map. How much was the map again?
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. This large map, Ozon, disintegrating in the northeast. You can. Lost 800 of the ocean connections. You have little. Perhaps they are the north coast to the east. Hudon. It's so no.
I'm sorry, officer. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. Yes. Are you in?
I have bought several books from you, ma'am. Alright.
Shelves filled to the.
Oh, you're a police.
Alright, crime fiction. I think I've looked at everything here.
Hello again, esteemed officer.
Nope. Alright, I'm out. Maybe I'll just set the locust traps. Might as well. Oh, and look for that drunk. Those are not the drunks. Here's your jacket. Fucking asshole. God damn it.
Tequila sunset.
Here you go.
My jacket?
Yeah, had to clean the seagull shit off too.
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila?
This isn't your jacket?
Faun? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should lay off the booze. It's fucking with your head.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend.
Dude, you are a loser.
I'm calling it. It's neurological.
Just take the jacket.
You know what? Fine. Maybe I can pawn it for some booze.
Aye, good thinking.
What's in a name?
Hey, Spiral Boy, you got... Don't call up.
Shut up, guys. I was once a reasonably high,
I'm
so
good.
you don't. I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is
There you
not
go.
much, but it will do. The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Koran. There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomena.
The phenomena?
Are you telling the story of the headless...
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude Het is walking home from a late shift at the harbor. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette near the canal. Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides. What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see?
A horse?
Well, yes, but it's the man on the horse that's of interest here. A man
The pause is long and dramatic.
with no head on his shoulders. Wearing
Wait.
a found tracksuit, searching for the legendary found cap that went missing when he lost his head.
I thought the headless found rider rode a bull.
I thought that he rode a headless pig.
Well, there are many versions of this story, the most peculiar of which has the headless found rider riding on the back of another headless man.
Ah, super spooky.
Yes. According to legend, young Gertrude Het had to endure years of psychotherapy before she was able to look at a horse or tracksuit again. And she's one of the lucky ones. Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the headless found rider, but she wasn't the last. Oh no.
Tell him about the two feminists by the locks.
What?
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists. Everyone always misremembering this stuff.
This wouldn't be the De Ponte Delgado case, would it?
What? You know it.
I've read the case file. But please, go on.
Right. Early autumn of 46. Ula de Pont and Eva Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after the sun has set. The wind picks up. A sky already dark now blackens. Water starts falling from above. The first cold rain of the season. The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva gathers the rods whilst Ula turns around to reach for the tackle box.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
When she sees something, her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment building believe lightning has struck. But there is no lightning. Only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless found rider. Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal with nary a sound. Her body is never recovered.
What did the case file say?
Naturally, Ula de Ponte became the prime suspect in the disappearance of Eva Delgado. De Ponte maintained that it was the so-called headless found rider and that she ran, fearing for her life. During the investigation, it became apparent that there was a love triangle, the third party being some small-time businessman. I don't remember the exact details. The leading theory was that an argument broke out on the jetty and De Ponte pushed Delgado into the canal, then cooked up this stupid cover story.
Was there an arrest?
No. She committed suicide before she could be taken into custody. They found her in the bathroom with a rifle, her face slowly peeling off the ceiling. Not a pretty scene.
Man, that's some grisly detail. Oh well. Here's to another case closed. Anyway, that's the story of the headless found rider. Pretty crazy, huh?
So, who was the rider before he died?
Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. No one knows for sure. There are a couple of possibilities, though. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching for his lost found cap, plotting revenge.
O headless brother, where art thou?
Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard, and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline.
He must have been running really fast.
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment to the sport. Are you that committed?
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree, and the fall was so violent that his head came clean off. Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse mounted it, where it remains to this day. But then, no one really knows.
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
Sounds plausible.
Isn't it? All the pieces fit together perfectly. That's how I know it's right. Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear any other stories?
I've seen some weird shit on this case. Headless jockey in a tracksuit, right?
Hard to argue with that, I suppose.
That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on it, then blam! It throws some wild shit at you. That's why it's critical to stay well hydrated.
So what became of the rider?
No one knows. Some say he stalks Martinez to this day, and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight.
I'm gonna have to walk the canal at midnight.
He won't, though, because it's just a stupid legend.
Aye. I saw him one night when I...
Alright, I need to... That's a bench. I need to fill these locust traps. If I could find them. Somewhere. They're over here? Wait, have I been? I haven't been here? Who are you?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Kim, you know him?
Nice to meet you.
You know it? Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young carve and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You guys know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
So, what's so fascinating about this?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D? It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I know R&D means research and development.
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, research and technological development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
I never heard of Feld.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
And what was the ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Tape computer?
Mm-hmm. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
How did the tape computers work?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje.
Wait, did he just say? He did it. He said, Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
That's a really weird name.
What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
What is it?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
There can't be a place called the Wompty Dump Center.
Actually, I think there is. No, it's too much. He's joking.
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
What's the Feld playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld Playback Experience, but those are incorrect.
And why did they destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
And the people? The company?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the
tape computers? So what did they do with the tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the...
A short-lived legislative
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to River Shawl on her political concept album, Bombas. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the
Yes, they even built a
pleasure wheel?
perhaps reminded of a childhood memory.
Yes. To lure in the... But of course. What else? Sure. What's on... But of course. No, thanks to you for having...
Pick your brain.
Yeah, he did all the fucking talking. Alright.
You see, a slogan
What was this? Oh. Oh, the traps. Sorry, I have to find cryptids.
The trap stands, the locusts, they're not really going to get...
Good. Now that's done. Don't answer that.
He doesn't want to.
Is there anything else here? Alright, nothing else here. I don't think I explored all this.
All the traps are stopped now. And
Alright. I didn't know that was all I had to do. Oh!
a scattering of bullet holes is spread
Okay,
across the cracked
visual
wall,
calculus. Do I
reaching
have
from one corner
anything
to
else
the
that can help me? Close. Logic. Conceptualization. Visual calculus. Visual calculus. No, not those. Okay, let's try this. Oh, it looks snazzy.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No
It was a firing squad. I figured it would be that.
10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. The sun blazes high up in the sky, baking the planks, the sand, your skin. The order was carried out in the afternoon. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and cut. They stand, ordinary people. Leeches, fleas, and thieves. Or maybe you should change it. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats. The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine...
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have...
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
What if it was the Feld personnel when their assets were seized?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
Or coalition forces.
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member...
A cold sea...
Alright, time to take off these nerd glasses. Alright, is there anything else I can do here? Stained glass window at the church. What's this? Ooh. No. Alright. I don't think there's anywhere else I can go. Build the traps. That's all set. I don't think I'm gonna get any answers out of the lorry drivers. Unless there's something I can buy at the pawn shop. Actually, you know what? Let's go in the church. Maybe she's less annoyed with